Hi everyone, welcome back to week 14 of STEM Sundays with Emily. I can't believe that it's already April somehow, but here we are. I hope you guys are having a happy Easter if you're doing this on Sunday, or if you celebrate, and if not, I hope you're just having a great time with your friends and family. So April is Earth Month, so I wanted to highlight the fact that it is Earth Month and involve some activities this month that relate back to our Earth and our environment. So today I'm going to be doing an activity that highlights the importance of what we put down our drains and what we flush down our toilets. So this activity is involving water and water wastewater engineering, which pretty much boils down to our water network in terms of pipes, treatment plants, and how we protect our water. So if we are flushing things down the toilet that shouldn't be, or putting things down the drain that shouldn't be going down the drain, it really can have a big impact on our water network and our water infrastructure. So I thought that would be a great place to start to highlight Earth Month and teach children, but also remind adults what we should and shouldn't be putting down the drains and flushing down the toilets. So for the activity today, all of these you should have in your house. There's a few suggestions that I have for ways to make it easier. So let's just jump in and see what we need for the activity today. So first, toilet paper. Should have that at your house, shouldn't be hard to find. Next, we have paper towels. I just have a one sheet. You won't need any more than that. And next, some cleaning wipes or antibacterial wipes. I have these little packs. This is actually from my car. With COVID, I just figured it's easier to put little cleaning wipes, these packs all around. So even if you have like a Clorox wipe, any type of cleaning wipe will be perfect for this activity. So no need to have a specific type, just something, one of those cloth-like cleaning wipes. Next, we're just going to need 3 separate clear containers with a lid on it. So if you have mason jars, that would be perfect. I just decided to use these water bottles. I have a whole bunch laying around my house, and for the ease of this activity, I took the labels off so you could see clearly right through them. And you're going to need them filled about halfway. So you can see they're about half filled. You don't want them all the way to the top. We're actually going to be shaking these. So that's why you need a really good lid. You don't want to have something where water can come out. So either a mason jar, some sort of water bottle, some sort of clear container that you have at home, that'll be perfect. But I figured for the ease and the cleanness of the video, I figured I would use these 3 plastic water bottles. So that's all you're going to need for the activity today: 3 paper products and 3 containers of water. So this activity is going to show what happens when we put different paper products down our toilets, or, well, I guess they wouldn't really be going down our sinks, but what happens when you flush any of these paper products. So we're going to be, instead of using a toilet, we're going to be using these to demonstrate what happens when paper goes down the drain and how it does or doesn't dissolve in our water, and what can happen to the pipes and the water if some of these get in there and start making some problems. So first, we're going to start with toilet paper. So you're just going to need a couple squares. We'll go with 3. Feel free to try any number, but we don't want to have too much in our water bottle. So I'm actually going to separate them. 1, 2, 3 little squares. All right. So then we'll take one of these containers and we're going to take our toilet paper, twist it up, and put it into our water. Alrighty. So now that we have our toilet paper in our clear container, we're going to shake it. So make sure your lid is on really tight and shake it. So this is demonstrating when you flush your toilet, the water spins really fast and it goes down the pipe, down the drain. And so this is simulating that spinning of the water, and when it actually goes through your pipes, it's traveling at a decent speed, a decent velocity. So this is just showing when we shake it up, this is demonstrating what's happening in your toilet, in the pipes, because the paper isn't just going to slowly float down like a lazy river. It actually is getting picked up and swirled around and shaken a little bit. So as you can see, the toilet paper is pretty much dissolved. The water is all cloudy, but there are no large pieces. It's not blocking any of the water from moving. It's just disintegrated into smaller pieces in our water, but the water is still free to move through our pipe like this. Now we're going to see what happens if we were to flush paper towel down the toilet. So I'm only going to use one of these. I'm actually going to break it up into smaller pieces just for ease of putting it into the water bottle. So now we'll do a second water bottle. And I chose 3 containers just so we can see next to one another what happens, but feel free if you only have one to document what it looks like and then move on to the next activity. But I think it's going to be very clear to see when we have them next to each other what happens and what we should be using and should not be using in our water networks. Okay, so now we have our paper towel in here, and let's shake it up. Alrighty, so I've shaken up our paper towel, and as you can see, it didn't disintegrate. It's still in its form that we put it in, so it hasn't disintegrated into the water. So even though the water is still free to move, you can see that the wet paper towel is kind of creating a blob in this pipe network. So imagine now if we had 5 paper towels in here, what that would do to the water. It would really inhibit the water from moving, and like our toilet paper that's free to move, has no obstructions, this paper towel is actually serving as an obstruction to our water because it hasn't disintegrated. And like I said, if we had a lot more paper towel in here, you would see that this really could be an issue in terms of clogging and possibly breaking a pipe if we had some sort of backup. Alrighty, so probably not a good idea to be flushing paper towels down the drain. Now we're going to do our last, which is a cleaning wipe. And I thought this was a great piece to highlight. I actually got this activity from a fellow wastewater engineer, and I thought this was such a great idea, especially highlighting these cleaning wipes, because I know that they've become super popular due to COVID. Everyone has these around, and actually I was just traveling and they made an announcement that on the plane, a lot of people were flushing these down the toilet on the plane. So now we're going to see what happens when that does happen, when people attempt to flush these down the drain, and what a problem that can be. So let's take our cleaning wipe, put it in our container, and let's shake. Alrighty, so here we are. As you can see, some of the soap is making it a little bit bubbly, but similar to the paper towel, it hasn't disintegrated. It's still in its form. And the difference between these cleaning wipes and the paper towel is that the paper towel might break up into smaller pieces, but because these wipes are cloth-based, they're actually woven, most of them, so it's much harder for the wipe to break down at all. So it's most likely going to stay in the exact same shape that it comes out of this package in. It's going to stay the same shape, not break down at all when it goes through our pipes. And again, similar to our paper towel, you can see it's just going to be there to cause a problem. It's not going to help our water systems at all. It's actually, like I said, going to be a problem, especially if we have multiple wipes, multiple paper towels. Now imagine a whole neighborhood. Usually our water networks are set up so it's more than one house or business that's connected to the same network. So imagine a whole neighborhood's worth of paper towels, or even if we have one house flushing one wipe down the toilet, imagine now if you have 50 houses connected to the same network. Now you have 50 of these wipes clumping together and potentially causing backup, causing some sort of clump in our pipe, and if they were to completely block up a pipe, you still have water rushing through your pipes. That's going to cause a backup and potentially a burst. So the pipes could burst, it could cause a real big issue. So let's pull out all of our 3 examples here today. First, we had our tissue paper completely disintegrated. It's exactly what you want to see happening with your water, completely uninhibited from moving. Toilet paper broke down completely. You can still see some little particles in there, but it's not preventing the water from moving anywhere. Next, we had our paper towel, and this, you can see it's just clumping together, really slow. Not at all what we want to see in a healthy pipes and water network. And lastly, we have our antibacterial cleaning wipe. Again, same thing. Did not break down at all, and it's just going to remain like this through its entirety of the network system. So, moral of the story is that if we're flushing things down the toilet, it should only be paper products, should only be toilet paper. These other paper products really are going to cause some issues potentially by flushing them, and it's better to just do what's best for the system, what's best for our environment, and what's best for the planet. So paper towels and these antibacterial wipes, even if they're messy, throw them in the garbage. Toilet paper can flush down the toilet, but these really should be thrown in the garbage, not flushed down the toilet. Even though they might seem similar to toilet paper, as you can see, they don't break down the same at all, and this is just from a simple shaking exercise. This dissolved so quickly. As you can see, these, if they break down, I don't think they will. If they break down, it's going to take a long, long time for them to not be a hindrance to our pipes network. So I hope that you learned a little bit of information today. All leads back to water, wastewater engineering, but common sense, I hope, to just use toilet paper down the toilet. The others, feel free to throw in the garbage. So that's just our activity today. I hope to see you next week, and we'll have another environmental and earth-related project again. And have a great Sunday. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next week.